do. Viet Nam Travelog Day 5, and I've got my fingers crossed that Pin will actually like this one. We're off to the demilitarized zone, a trip I did with my friend Ian, but the weather wasn't so good there, so I'm hoping for better weather and an enjoyable trip. Want to see how it went? Well, here it is. It is 6:30 in the morning and we are down at the Scarlet Boutique Hotel for breakfast. So, oh look, coffee. The rock pile. A stop at the rock pile where there were helicoptered to the top at the lookout post. American Marines, I guess, or soldiers. Then on to Takon Airfield and Museum. Takon Airbase, and surprise, surprise, there's a sprinkling of rain. A quick sweep round, looking at some of the tanks and artillery. So I'll look at some of the things that have been done there, and then over to some of the aircraft. So they've just flown this one in, I believe. Well, actually, I don't think they flew it in, but it's quite new. So the last time we were here, Ian and myself, we didn't see this one. There you go. But what we could see was a good old Herc over there in the background. C-130s. I believe this is sort of original materials but reconstructed. This picture in the museum caught my eye. Then on to the 17th parallel and the bridge dividing north and south. Here I am, South Vietnam as was, DMZ, and the famous bridge dividing South and North Vietnam. What is sometimes termed, I believe, the longest bridge in the world. Why? From when it was opened and then it was closed, you could not cross for 20 years. So to get back across, 20 years. This side is yellow. It's because South Vietnam insisted on this color, and we will go and cross it now. Nice and breezy. There we are, Pin, right on the dividing line as we transit into the north. Conservative blue north. Yeah. It's for foreigners probably just a tourist event, but it's not really that long ago. I'm 71-year-old and it was all a part of my life. There are lots of people for which this divide would have been an horrendous part of their life. dividing families and everything. Ah, we shall enter through the bridge. The incredible look of the flagpole and building. As well as the bridge, there are interesting things to see inside the museum and outside. Look at these speakers for chatting propaganda to the people. And then onwards to the highlight of the tour, the Vinh Moc Tunnels. We are at the tunnels, and what you can see there hung up on the tree is a piece of bombshell used in the war as a warning.
This is one of the ventilation. So all the concrete, and there are some, that is a cooking place, the kitchen at the bottom.
The trenches, you can see, were essential parts of communication networks getting between the tunnels. North Vietnam, tunnels like this, 116, a huge number. Now this is the structural plan of the Vinh Moc Tunnel, and I think probably the most visited of the tunnels for tourists. I've just read that there was 2,000 kilometers of trenches. Looking out towards the sea and the borders, the rocky side this side was the north. Then the river estuary and the white sands you can possibly see in the background, the south. In between, warships and all sorts of armaments.
So the concrete that is new. Before they got nearly the same with just electricity today.
Okay, we're doing this at 3K, so I can get the aspect a little bit better. Into the tunnels.
The moisture, that is a clay original and diggable with your fingernail.
Steps of this height are not easy for me.
It's too high. But take time, take time. We are not in a hurry.
That's all right. Not to worry.
You can do look like zigzag. Yeah, can zigzag.
And then left is a guard for security. Then there's 3 people going down. They were for security.
Okay, the guard is there with his gun.
Live here.
Family home with the baby. That's one way to the sea, but we're gonna go this way.
There is a deep second level, still well protected. And over 60 children born right here. And today, the children born right here, they're around 60 years old. I met several of them. Because when more tourists come in, and then like Anthony Bourdain and many writers, many authors, television, try to come interview them. And
Let's emerge to the seaside, which is looking far nicer than it did the last time I was here with my friend Ian. So this entrance represents a bit more of what it would have been like in real life back in the day.
That is one of the water well. We see another one. You see, we're now right on the beach when everything is so sorted. But our people, like someone have a special skill, they could read the soil, find out a spring with the fresh water. They show to people, and our people they dug and have fresh water for drinking or washing. So we're back now to the Viet Nam Tunnel. We're now at the bottom level. It is 23 meters deep. And you can see the clay again, and look there, you can see where the water running. But in raining season, sometimes water is moved up here, flood. That's why our people didn't live here during the war. So what we're able to see next, washing, food storages or washing place. But it follows the gore down and out.
Food storage, yeah.
Bamboo to cover the floor. So when they use water to wash, they didn't make it muddy, and dirty water follow that and drain out. So we're still 23 meters deep, but look there, that is a step. Take it back to the second level. It's 8 meters higher here. Up to the second level.
Trust me, trying to get up these steps with restricted headroom is something else.
Donators are the protectors that is gift donated by some Australian. And you see at that time about 50, 60 Vietnamese are able to stay here, but at the same time. And we're just 15 meters deep, so it's not safe enough. That's why you can see on both sides, that is where they put the wood, the timber, to support it stronger. And it's also the way to make some bend, so people have place to sit.
Yeah.
Sit down there.
Incredible.
We're also at
Meetings, cinema, school,
activities,
everything.
Activities, yeah. Yes, they can use it as a storage, or a person like me or you can relax here easily. And watch up there, you can recognize where you are. So the hole behind that is a kitchen. That is the bottom of the first ventilation.
Ah.
There's a bottom of the ventilation. You can see the roots.
And you can see the roots. And a fabulous bit of noodle to finish with, and it does taste absolutely excellent. Back to the city and seeing the wonderful people on the street markets and a delightful stroll by the riverbank, looking at the rather nice sunset. A very pleasant time to finish a wonderful day. And we looked at all the dragons lined up. Then on to DMZ bar for a nice refreshing drink and a lovely bit of comfort food. And that was a very successful day 5. A great trip round the DMZ and a nice evening chill at the end of it. What a good day. The next day, we're off to Hanoi. So we'll see you there.